What's going on, guys? EJ from the Daily Shave, and today I'm going to be bringing you the top soaps of 2016. Yes, I know I'm a day late and a dollar short, but if you haven't noticed, I haven't been on YouTube for about 2 weeks because I really had to evaluate the soaps that I have been using for the past year of 2016. For those of you who don't know, I've been avidly wet shaving for 3 years, but when I first started, I really only had the Artist Shaving Cream, a tube of Parasso, and a Colonel Conk soap puck. So I really didn't get much into artisans because I kept it very simple. But as I started studying more, on the hobby itself, I started learning into more artisans, and I just ended up, picking, out of a hat. And that's how I pretty much went based upon what I found. So I have my little cheat sheet here because I'm not going to remember all the prices, per ounce. So we will go ahead, we'll get down to my top 5 for the soaps. And before we get to number 1, I will also throw in some honorable mentions. So the main thing consisting, of my den is mainly barbershop aromas, because that's like my biggest thing is barbershop and bay rum. I mean, I do have some other aromas, like from ocean aromas, like fresh scents to tobacco. So I mean, I try to keep it varied, but mainly I am very much a barbershop and bay rum guy because those are my 2 favorites. Everyone has their own personal preference, but barbershops and bay rums happen to be my absolute favorite. So for my first set of soap for my top 5, so number 5, I'm going to put 2 soaps up because they're pretty much made with the same artisan, is Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements and Crown King. So what I love about the Phoenix, shaving soaps is that it gives me a great post-shave feel. The aromas are great, depending which ones you get. Of course, not everything's going to work for everybody. And just the fact that their customer service from Douglas Smythe is very, very superb as well. They're very quick to getting back to you if your order is not correct. And they also throw in some free samples too anytime you order from, from PAA. But also, sorry, I forgot to mention, I will be basing my reviews off of scent, price, and overall experience from Christopher David Bailey. He also made that video about your personal experience with the soap, because not everyone's gonna like your soap, but this is based upon my opinion from everyone else's. So I respect everyone else who has their favorite artisans, and I have mine, so that's what I'll base it off of. But for the soaps itself, for PAA and Crown King, the prices for these are about $14.95, and they're about $3.73 around per ounce. So it's really good. I mean, if you start off in the beginning, you probably had those big 8-ounce tins, so probably that would have been a lot better. But I recently started picking up artisans as of 2015. But I was able to just study with other soaps. But some of them didn't work, some of them didn't. But honestly, I did not have any problems with the Crown King line or the PAA. So that would be my number 5 pick. My number 4 is a newcomer up and running, is the Holy Black. I was a little sketch at first because I really thought it was just kind of like a buy-in just on the title and how they presented their products, but I was wrong. So what I loved about their soap is that, they make them in small batches, of course, which is mostly what artisans do. But what I really like about them is that their presentation is really nice. I can give them that, even though they're tins, and I know Christopher Bailey hates tins, I love it. I love tins, and I love the dinged up look because it makes it feel like you've used these for a while. But I have the Galleon aroma, and it's pretty much, an oceanic scent, really, really fresh, with just like a tiny, tiny hint of musk into it. But nonetheless, though, I have top performer. I have no problems lathering with this soap whatsoever. The cushion on it feels great. The post-shave feel makes my skin feel very, very smooth, and it feels refreshing. Honestly, if I can shave with this, I wouldn't even have to put any post-shave balm or splash. But one thing about me is I'm a stickler for having absolutely everything to match. So I do have the aftershave tonic and the balm to match with the Galleon. So I was able to pick up all 3. But nonetheless, though, it's a great soap, and the price for this actually is $18.95 for about, I think it's around 5 ounces if I'm not mistaken, and it's $3.60, which is not bad at all. Because then also, whenever you have a tin, me personally, I don't load directly from the tin. I like to just get like a little spatula, scrape it, and put it into my shaving bowl because I am a bowl latherer, or my scuttle, and I will just go ahead and go off of that. But Holy Black, very, very great stuff. Next on my list for number 3 is Sternman, Seville. Again, another barbershop aroma. Sternman has been known to provide great tallow-based soaps. They're a little bit more on the pricier end of the spectrum, but you cannot deny their performance. It's very easy to lather, very great residual slickness, great cushion, and great overall post-shave feel. This one's the Seville barbershop aroma, but it just smells great. And a little goes a long way. Like I don't even have to use a full 30 seconds to load up from this tub. I can just use probably about 15 seconds, half of that actually. And all you gotta do is just add more water to your brush whenever you need more lather rather than more soap. And for Sternman, 16 bucks for about 4 ounces. It runs about $4 an ounce. That's already getting into like the pricier side of things, but at the same time, you can't complain about Sternman's performance. And also, there are avid wet shavers out there to where money's not an issue. You know, people save with their money. They vote with their wallets. This is what they do. This is what they want. You know, I put in, my 40 hours a week for work and, whatever I want to buy it. I want to support these artisans because you're supporting pretty much a family. It's not like a big corporate to where you can just walk into a store and they're going to have an abundance of these. Sometimes they're sold out. But I like to vote with my wallet and, for the products that I love to use. So, Sternman, a little pricier, but then again, my choice, and I love using the shave soap. So we will go ahead and get into our number 2. Cold River Soapworks. I kind of went out on a whim with this because I barely heard anything about them, so I looked them up some more. And they're based out in New York, and I saw they had a barbershop, scent, so obviously I had to go ahead and grab that. But man, this is great stuff. I mean, like I said, another 10, no problem for me. This is their V2 Select Shaving Soap, the American Barbershop, and this will run you about $19 for 4 ounces, so that's $4.75. That is like a big hit to the breadbasket in terms of your wallet, but I just gotta tell you, it's the same thing with, the Holy Black. I just scoop it out with a spatula, and it feels great. I mean, it feels just so silky. The aroma is just great, I would say for the aroma for this one, it's not too powerful. So I think it leans over to more of like a 6 or a 7 for the Cold River Soapworks. And, this is just great. It's overall just great feeling. And their post-shave splashes / bombs. So it's kind of like a milky, consistency. They feel great, and it just makes you feel really, really refreshing, and it's hydrating for your skin too. So with Cold River Soapworks, yes, it is. It's more pricier than Sternman actually, and yeah. So these are 2 top artisans, in their own respective way. But I found this way creeping into my den at top 2. So for the past 2 weeks, I've even gone as far as even just playing with the soaps, just lathering up and see how they feel. And before we get into my number 1, we're going to do some honorable mentions, but I'm terribly sorry, but just a quick rundown of the scent profile, the scent strength. So my top 5, so starting on 5 is, the Crown King and the PAA. Generally speaking, their scents are around a 7 to an 8, kind of a little more stout than others. Holy Black, probably about a 5 to a 6, not too bad for their scent strength. Sternman's a little more robust. I give it about an 8, almost to a 9. For the scent strength, and then we left it off with Cold River Soapworks as well. And now for the honorable mentions before I get to number 1. So my honorable mention is Black Ship Grooming. This one happens to be the Blackbeard aroma. I know they were Beaver Woodbright before that, but I picked this up at PAA just to just add more stuff to get free shipping. So that's what I ended up doing. But it smells great. The scent strength is about a 6, not too powerful, but, I found this way creeping into my lineup a little more just for the simple fact that I have a aftershave, which is Arctic Bay Rum, which is like with a hint of lime, which complemented this soap really, really well. So, you may not see it a lot on my posts, but sometimes I find myself reaching for just soaps that are just off the wall per se and just in my den. So, because, with me, I try to rotate my soaps as much as possible, because, for an avid wet shaver like myself and many others, you may have a huge den of soaps. Some of them they haven't even touched. So my basic thing is to, keep rotating. I know I have my absolute favorites, but I try to give all my soaps a good chance because, you know, I just don't like it when they just sit there because I just felt like I kind of wasted money, and then that's where it leads to dead and thinning. And I don't want to do that because, you know, I work hard for my money and this is what I wanted to buy, so I have to end up using it. So for this one right here, this is about, let me see real quick, $15 for 4 ounces, and it reaches about $3.75 per ounce, which is not bad. Like I said, you work with, you know, very little with these soaps, so it's not bad at all for the price. And the scent and, you know, the performance overall is great. The post-shave on this makes my skin feel a little tingly, but it doesn't bother me because I don't have sensitive skin. I can just feel it. So that's just my take on, you know, just this brand of soap. Next one is Katie's Bubbles. Katie's Bubbles, you know, Chris Cullen, artisan, you know, on the top of his game. Very great stuff. This happens to be an 8-ounce jar of the La Piment de la Vie. I picked this up at Amazon actually, and I can't remember the price because I got this a long time ago, but I'm just gonna go off of the 4 ounce per price. So it's $17.99 for 4 ounces, and it was $2.25. Not bad, one bit. From the $2 to $2.50 range is like a steal for soaps. So Katie's Bubbles, top performer in its class. As you can see, I've been just digging through it with my spatula because I like to bowl lather. But the scent strength right here with LPV is about an 8 to a 9. Very strong, but I love it. I absolutely love this aroma. But the only reason why I haven't been using this as much as for Katie's Bubbles is because I just have, you know, just too many soaps and it just kind of boiled down to what I just like to use personally. But Katie's Bubbles is a top soap in my den, and I'm glad I have this along with Le Marché du Rosage and the new Sunset, I believe, the new lavender set. And I will be getting a video onto that one shortly after this. And then for my last honorable mention is Sapon DePollo. I picked this up at the Old Town Shaving Company. It's around $14 for 4 ounces, and it costs about $3.50 per ounce. Not bad. This soap took me by surprise. Scent strength is about 9 to a 10 almost because it's very robust, but it smells very earthy and great. This one is the Toroso aroma. This is with amber, patchouli, and oak, and it's just great. I used this with my Wolf Whiskers brush the other night, and it just felt really great. Zach was the one who introduced me to this into their sample size, but I loved it so much when I tried it out, and I lathered it at the store at the Old Town Shaving Company, and I just had to buy the full tub. So this right here was kind of like the creeper in the den that just kind of just popped up out of nowhere. This soap is very great. You know, I have no problems, you know, lathering with it. Post shave feels great. My face feels nice and fresh and silky. So that right there is my last honorable mention. Now, my number 1 spot is none other than Soap Commander. Shout out to Darren and Carrie Seibert for making these soaps. This is just, they're great people, great artisans. They have beautiful packaging and just great soaps. This is their barbershop, again, aroma, and man, it's amazing. I really cannot describe it any more than it's just a great soap. And for $15 to like 6 ounces for $2.50 an ounce, sorry. It's a steal, an absolute steal for 6 ounces in this great container. And the performance on this is just top notch. I know it's a vegan soap, not tallow based, but I have no complaints whatsoever with the Soap Commander line. Every time I buy a soap, I have to get the entire experience. I always get the soap, the post-shave balm, and the soap bar as well. And I always find myself mainly reaching for the Soap Commander line. I do have the bay rum, the lime, the classic spice, the one with tobacco, cherry, and black tea influence. And I just recently got the honey and musk one. I forgot the name on that one, but I'll get back to you on that. But nonetheless though, Soap Commander, top of my list. I love this soap. This by far was the soap that I used the most in terms of the brand throughout 2016. I kept finding myself every day trying to use as much Soap Commander as I can, and it is just overall wonderful. So that pretty much wraps up my top shaving soaps of the year of 2016. I will be coming up with another video tomorrow possibly either brushes or razors. I'm not really sure on that. I want to see how I feel on how I present for those two different products. But you know, either or, I'm going to get through this series in terms of my top sets for 2016 for my shaving gear. So like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel.